I've been doing YouTube for like 4 years now. I started in 2020, but I never thought in a million years I would have to make a video like this because it's such an insane thing to even comprehend happening that you would think no one, and I mean no one, would ever do this. Well, turns out that assumption is wrong. For those that live under a rock, Donald Trump was shot at yesterday, and thankfully the shooter did not kill him. That's the one positive takeaway from all of this for sure. The shooter missed, but he didn't miss by much. We're talking about mere inches away from Trump being alive to Trump becoming JFK 2.0. I mean, look at this image right here. This is becoming famous, obviously, but Trump was inches away from losing his life. The gunshot hit his ear. And it seems like that's the only thing that hit him. Thank God he did not get hit anywhere else. He didn't die. We dodged a literal bullet from a civil war. Let's be real. If Trump got killed yesterday, there would have been riots on the street. There probably would have been a civil war. I don't want that happening, but at some point, there's going to be a breaking point for a bunch of Americans. And we were mere inches away from that occurring yesterday. Now, we got to talk about the whole situation, give some context to what's happening. What happened? How did the shooter shoot Trump? Because you would think, okay, Trump having Secret Service should have been enough to prevent this from occurring. Which, I want to be clear, my criticism of Secret Service is not on the people that jumped on stage. They did their job. It was a really good response by them. They did their job. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence for these people. So thankfully, they knew what to do, all right? That's not who people should be mad at. They did their job. They protected the president. They jumped on him. They did their job. But what the hell was leadership doing here for Secret Service? Again, I'm not saying this was everyone involved. I'm not saying there's a grand conspiracy. But it's clear that the people that led Trump's detail, they controlled this entire thing, they effed up horribly. How the hell do you let a building just, 100 feet away from Trump be just wide open? Just no one's there. And take a guess, that's where the shooter was. He got on top of a building that no one was at, no one was paying attention to, and he got like 5 or 6 shots off. We're talking about mere inches from a different story. I just cannot believe that Secret Service failed that badly. Again, I'm not saying it's the people that actually jumped on stage to protect Trump. These people have balls of steel. I could never do that job. No one can. But when they hear gunshots, the first thing they do is get on top of Trump to protect him and make sure everything's secured. These people have guts. I certainly would not do that. But in my opinion, the person that had the biggest balls of steel yesterday were Trump. He got shot at. All right, and not just, the glass with teleprompter broke, that's what caused the bleeding, which we now know is horseshit. This was an actual bullet that scraped his ear. You would think, okay, he should be shell-shocked, he should be out of it, he should be, just panicking. But you know what this guy does? He stands up, and the first thing he says that we can hear is, "Let me get my shoes." And then he gets up and he tells Secret Service, get out of the way for a second, and gives a fist bump to the crowd to tell everyone, I'm okay. This guy has balls of steel. No one would do this. Who does this? Who would stand up after getting shot at? And by the way, the guy didn't miss. He hit his ear. So you would think he would just be completely out of it. Who would get up and give a fist bump to the crowd and say, fight? I have never seen anyone ever do this, and probably never will again. Trump is just a different animal. And he proved it yesterday. And now we have possibly the most iconic picture in American history. It's obviously, there's some big ones, obviously, Iwo Jima, there's big ones with Washington crossing the Delaware, all of that. But this one is up there. This has to be up there. I mean, look at this. You got the American flag in the background. Trump is bleeding, and he's giving the crowd a fist bump. And remember, he just got shot at, and he's doing this. I just cannot believe this guy has balls of steel. Beyond that, it's just incredible. We have our modern-day bull moose. Teddy Roosevelt, remember, he got shot at, and he continued his speech in like 1912 or whatever. Now you have Trump, they got shot at, his ear got hit, and he gets right back up. It's just, I cannot believe that that's what happened. But Trump actually had really good instincts when he first got shot at, because it was so quick that no one knew what the hell was going on. He felt it, and the first thing he did was drop, which was incredibly smart, and that could have saved his life. Because if he didn't do that, we're talking about a different story, possibly. Now that everyone's got context about what happened at the rally, thank God Trump survived, I do want to give prayers to people that died at the rally. For sure, we have one person at the rally that did die, not include the gunman. I hope he rots in hell for an eternity. Good luck with that. Hope you enjoy hell, buddy. But as for the people actually in the crowd that got shot at, if I remember correctly, and this was an update a couple hours ago, there was 2 people in critical condition and one that sadly died. Prayers out for their families. That's just horrific. Prayers for the people in the hospital. Hopefully they make it through. Now, I do want to talk about the aftermath of the shooting, go over what happens now. Because this is such a very bizarre set of circumstances that I don't think anyone was prepared for. But I really believe people are realizing and waking up to the idea that we have a big problem in this country of insane rhetoric, not just on the left. I want to be clear. Yes, 95% of this rhetoric is on the left of them saying, the orange man is a dictator, he's the second coming of Hitler, all that crap. Obviously, they're the ones that push this crap for years. Not just the past year. For like 8 years straight, they have been saying, the orange man's a threat to democracy, he's a Russian agent, he's so corrupt, all that crap. And people actually listen to that stuff, and they really believe it. Now, we don't know the full details about the shooter yet. We know some details. I'm not going to say it here. The guy does not deserve any recognition. But I guarantee you, this guy was watching MSNBC, CNN, all of that. And he was listening to them saying, Trump's a Russian agent, he's a agent of chaos, he's going to start World War III, he's a dictator, he's the second coming of Hitler. And the lunatic really believed it. Now, could that be wrong? Maybe. Maybe the guy is just a complete schizophrenic and doesn't know what's happening. Maybe. But from everything we do know, this seems eerily similar to when Steve Scalise got shot at. Remember back in 2017? He got shot at, and the guy that shot him watched NBC daily. Every second of the day, he was watching MSNBC, CNN, all of that. And he was hearing the idea that Trump was a Russian agent 24/7. We know for a fact that's why he tried to kill Steve Scalise and a bunch of other Republicans. Because he thought they were the party of Putin and all of that. He really believed that. So, there's a good chance that this is an identical situation where the guy was watching NBC, a Biden rally even, when he's talking about Trump being a threat to democracy and all of that, and really thought to himself, I have to stop the orange man. I really believe that's what happened here. Could that be fake? We don't know. But I am really hoping that this wakes up the vast majority of people. It's not going to wake up 10 to 20% of the country. Those people are just lost. I mean, seriously, some people are believing this was staged. What? Someone in the crowd died, and you think it's a staged event? What? Trump got shot at in the ear. Why would he do that? It's like, what? That's the 10 to 20% of people that they're completely lost. They're out of touch with everything. They don't know what's happening. But 80% of the country, they realized, okay, we went way too far. We have gone beyond, just this being divisive politics. Now we're talking about people getting killed for their beliefs. And I really believe even the Biden campaign realized, oh crap, we made a big fat mistake. Because like 5 minutes after this occurred, they canceled all ad buys for the next couple of days. Which, by the way, remember, 95% of the ads were, Orange Man's a threat to democracy, he's a convicted felon, you know, all that. He's be a dictator, Project 2025, all that crap. I really believe the Biden campaign realized we went way too far. Because I'll give credit where credit is due. Biden did call Trump, and apparently they had a good conversation. Now, I still think that press conference he gave was pathetic, where he said, we don't know for sure if this was an attempted assassination on Trump. Really? I can understand saying you don't know the full details, but come on. Trump is bleeding, there were gunshots heard, and there's people dead in the crowd. What do you think happened? I can understand, again, not having details, but still, I don't know. But either way, I really hope this brings a country together. Listen, I don't like Biden, I don't like Democrats, but I would never, in a million years, advocate for anything like this. We should be civil. Everyone has to be civil. No one should do anything crazy like this, because all this does is cause more chaos. It's gonna cause more problems. And I really hope not just Democrats, but even Republicans realize, okay, the rhetoric on both sides, especially the left, I gotta be clear that this is mostly the left's doing. They're the ones that started the idea that Trump's an agent of Putin, he's a Russian agent, he's a dictator, he's the second coming of Hitler, all of that, all right? I gotta be clear about that. They're the ones that really push this crap. But you still got a bunch of Republicans that are complete schizophrenics. Not, I shouldn't say a bunch, but a very vocal minority that push insane conspiracies daily that, frankly, that it doesn't help the discourse. In fact, it makes it even more insane. Because some Democrats will look at that and say, see, that's proof that the far right is taking over, that they're the Republican Party, we gotta stop them. That's why this discourse is not healthy. We gotta chill out. Because it can only escalate from here. That's a scary part. It can only get worse if we don't stop it now. How can it get worse? I don't know. But it's scary to even think that we were inches away from possibly a second civil war. It just, I cannot believe that this is happening. And thankfully for Trump, he didn't die. And thank God for America that he did survive. Because if he did die, holy crap, we're talking about DEFCON 0. Just a complete disaster. And I'm hoping that this tragedy made people realize we gotta chill out. Because it can only get worse from here if we don't stop it now. And I really do believe that this is gonna be a moment of unity for just a couple days. But I really believe that for the vast majority of Americans, they're gonna unite behind Trump. They may not vote for him, but they're gonna say, you know what? For the next couple of days, I support Trump. He got shot at. We're mere inches away from a second civil war. We have to unite behind Trump. This is something that I really hope comes out of this. That not that everyone's gonna vote for Trump, but people realize we have to just chill out. We have to stop talking about Trump as the second coming of Hitler, because it nearly got him killed. It nearly got him assassinated just a day ago. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.